Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. Hope everybody's having a great Friday wherever you guys are at. For those that don't know who I am your tribal chief of Raider Nation, and I go by the name of Hammer.
Acknowledge me.
Those coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Break them thumbs. Hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, reactions. We do have a presser that should be starting in another 20 minutes. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, and we will bring it to you live in its entirety. Let's do a quick roll call, and I want to get right into it. Herman Munster, Mike Raines, I appreciate you. Let's see. We might have to mess around with the chat a little bit. Yeah, we got a little issue. Nothing serious. Let me bring this down. There we go. But this is definitely the best one I've gotten already to start. Raider Ryan, salute. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you guys are at. Adam Sweeney, Serial Eater, JP Lacasse, Alex, Laney, Raider Dan, Alfred. Looking for a 2-0 start for this young season. I'm all in. More and more are going to come in. I know this was probably posted a little while ago or scheduled a little while ago. Just woke up about half hour, 45 minutes ago. Saw the alert. Was like, let's get on. Let's do something. It's been a minute. Haven't been on, I think, since Monday. Monday we did Victory Monday with Graf. And work has just been insane. So let's get right into it. We do have, let's get this up. Here we go. Daddies. Here are our headlines. Here is our rundown. We do have a lot to get into, so let's get right into it. Those that saw the Thursday night game last night, you saw the Commanders and Packers. Packers are off to a 2-0 start, but there was some news out of Washington already, and sort of bad news. Running back Austin Eckler suffered what looks to be a torn Achilles in the loss to Green Bay. This could be a season-ending injury. Obviously, it's going to be. Now Washington has to look to Jacory, Krosky, Merritt, and the rest of their backfield to carry the load. Green Bay won, but wide receiver Jaden Reed fractured his collarbone. He's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks. Huge blow to Jordan Love and the Packers offense. Guys like Christian Watson, the rookie pass catchers, are going to have to catch up. We do have a little bit of an update, or not an update, but right now, as it stands, all eyes are on this Monday night matchup. We know we have other games to get through this coming Sunday, but you guys know why we're here today. We have the press conference. We have a huge AFC West rival. I know it's only 1 week in, but two 1-0 teams in the AFC West. Our Raiders, are home, first home game of the season to battle Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. We do know, as it stands right now, Brock and Landon Roberts, our linebacker, did suffer some injuries during that game against New England. Brock with the knee, Landon Roberts with the elbow. Uncle Pete says he expects Bowers to suit up. Not sure about Landon Roberts. Realistically, right now, we're okay. Roberts did play really, really well. You have Jamal Adams right there. Next man up mentality. We saw what he was doing in the preseason. If Landon Roberts can't play, cool. Let him rest. Get him back to 100% and get him back on the field. But right now, it's nothing that's outrageously concerning for us moving forward. In terms of the Chargers and their injury report, they're dealing with injuries of their own. Corner Elijah Molden is limited with a hamstring issue. Rookie Terhib, still the corner, limited with a calf. Scary Perry, our former linebacker Denzel Perryman, and Delshon Phillips both missed practice completely yesterday. This definitely is shaping up to be a really good matchup. Again, a lot of guys are banged up right now, but at the same time, huge implications within our division. And we've talked about this last year, not a single win in our division. The division record definitely is a crucial part in that overall record, no matter how you slice it. But I think right now, let's get into Monday. Let's handle our business. Let's handle our business at home. There's reports out there already that 86% of the fans at Allegiant are going to be in silver and black. I hope it's a hell of a lot more than that. I hope it's like 95 at least. I don't want to see any powder blues inside that stadium, and I don't want to see our stadium, our home, being taken over by powder blue in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Kansas City Chiefs facing major questions after the loss to the Chargers. Their odds of winning the AFC's #1 seed has taken a huge hit. The offense hasn't clicked. Shaky O-line, weak running game, and too much weight on Mahomes' shoulders. It's only week 2, but Reid and Mahomes will need to adjust quickly if they want to stay in front of the AFC pack. I've talked about this going into this season, especially after the Super Bowl loss as well. I definitely look at KC being humbled this coming season. Do not expect to see a repeat of a 15-2 record like you did last year. Now, here's some very interesting news to talk about, and this is a former quarterback of ours. Derek Carr is, I don't want to sing it because it's just going to sound horrible, but Derek Carr is leaving the door open. He just retired back in May, but Derek Carr says that he's keeping the door open for a potential return someday. No comeback plan right now, but interesting to hear from a veteran who left his mark with us. And last but not least, the Giants shuffle roster. The New York Football Giants placed linebacker Micah McFadden on injured reserve. Tackle Andrew Thomas is back at practice, which should help shore up that offensive line after that loss to Washington. They do go to Jerry's World in Dallas this coming weekend. And right now, still quarterback play is under the microscope. Fans are already wondering if rookie Jackson Dart could get a look if things don't turn around. I've talked about this as it pertains to the rookie Jackson Dart. I think that he's probably going to get some starts probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm not saying right away. I say you give it another 3, maybe 4 weeks, and if Russell Wilson isn't panning out for them, you're probably going to see Jackson Dart, which means most likely, and if it isn't that soon, you're probably going to see him at the tail end of the season. We do have the Giants at home at Allegiant the second to last week of the regular season. Don't be surprised if Jackson Dart is starting for the New York Football Giants as they come to Vegas to face us towards the tail end of the year. Let's get back to the main one. Let me fix this real quick for you guys. And let me get through this. Let me look at the chat real quick and make sure. Shout out to Jason Downs. Appreciate you. The dopest name in YouTube, Johnny Kicknuts. What's good, my guy? I have not. And George, if you want to throw those in the chat, be my guest, my guy. Have you heard anything on why Mostert wasn't active last week, and will he be active? Ryan, so we talked about Mostert. Look, training camp, preseason, he did step away, paternity leave, just had a baby. Again, this is a seasoned veteran. It made sense to just give him a little bit more time. I think he will be active this coming week. I do. Salute to Susan King on becoming a new subscriber. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. I do believe that we could see Mostert being active this coming week. Realistically, if we look at things, maybe going into this Monday night or even next week, put it this way, if it looks like he is not active for games for a consecutive amount of weeks, then maybe there's a sign that he might not be here for the whole season. He may be released. But I know that that's putting something out there that probably shouldn't be out there. But again, he was away due to the birth of his child. I know they much rather give him some time to get back on track. No, it's not injury or anything, but you're not continuously and consistently on the field putting that work in. I get it. Just wait and see what happens over the next few weeks. Like, we'll take this as it goes. We'll see come this coming Monday. In terms of our guys in the injury report, the only 2 that were on the injury report, and really doesn't count right now, we had, if I remember correctly, it was Caillou, and it was our backup, Kenny Pickett, with the hamstrings. They're both full participants, though. So we should be fine. Like, don't look into anything. Don't take it the wrong way in terms of me talking about Mostert, because you guys know, those that have been watching for a while, Mostert was a guy that I wanted, and I had other people that were like, no, like, he's past his prime, da-da-da-da. I was like, but dude's a touchdown machine, and it would make sense for this offense, especially Chip Kelly's offense, for him to be an intricate part, especially being able to mentor rookie Ashton Genty. So I will take it as it goes. We'll see how this plays out, but it's nothing to be stressed about right now. Shout out to Mr. Cold Blooded. Hammer, my man, 550 grand. We're about to dig into these Chargers. I am reading it. Looking forward to meeting you and the guys in H-Town in December. Raiders! Appreciate you, my guy. We need to open a can of whoop ass. We absolutely do. James, what's good? Ben Bad, what's up? We are a little under 10 minutes away from the start of the presser, and we will bring it to you guys in its entirety. These were the names that were put up for the haul. Holy fuck. That's amazing. Wow. Well, you know what? Please. Get him in. Get him in. And I see Rod Martin and Matt Millen as well. Man, that would be incredible if all four were able to get in. That would be amazing. I forget he just had a kid. Oh, okay. Forget he just had a kid. He may just be enjoying father and won't want to step away. Couldn't blame him if he did. Yeah. Like, look, and there was a similar situation, and really, I don't want to say it's completely similar. Tay step away for the birth of his child, but Tay kind of stepped away a bit too long, and then that's when the whole domino effect happened with him wanting out, this, that, and the third. It ain't so I'm not going to say it's similar because it's totally not the same situation here. A seasoned vet, obviously the team gave him the time that he needed, rightfully so. Again, I don't think this is something that we need to realistically be concerned about right now. Good, man. Good. It's Friday. Roger Craig, Albert Lewis, Greg Townsend. I'm seeing all these names up here. Upset of the week, Colts over Broncos, Giants over Cowboys. Rob, watch your mouth because I really need the Giants to lose that game, bro. Please don't mess with my money. Please don't mess with my money. I'm already good with Green Bay winning that game. Please don't mess with my money. I definitely didn't touch the Colts and the Broncos because right now the Colts are a very questionable team. Do not do that to me with the Giants and the Cowboys, please. Are you concerned? Are you concerned with Genty's lack of juke moves? He had an isolation and didn't make... No, I'm not concerned. Again, 1 week. Our offensive line did not do great in terms of the run game. Pass blocking, they did a pretty solid job. Granted, Gino was sacked 4 times, but plenty of times, more than not, he had enough time to air it out. 9 completions for 20-plus yards. I am not concerned about... No, let me retract. I'm a little bit concerned about this offensive line in terms of the run game and the weapon that we have that's there behind them in Ashton Genty. Who's to say that this coming Monday night, under the biggest lights of them all, that he doesn't have a real coming out party at home against our AFC West rival, the Chargers? I think that things are going to change. Like, you heard Pete Carroll talk about it, and it's just a matter of time. I've said this a couple of times. They're not playing full 60-minute games in the preseason. Very limited with the snaps. It is going to take time. New offensive coordinator, new scheme, majority of the same offensive line as last year with little things here and there that were altered. But no, I think that business is going to be taken care of. You need to give these guys legitimately, and I've said this to you guys, you give this in terms of the offensive line 3-4 weeks. They need to gel, they need to click, but they need to also be out there getting the full reps. They need to be playing full 60-minute football. So at this point in time, we go into this coming Monday night and see what this offensive line can do and prove everybody otherwise. Hopefully, they do their job, especially as it pertains to the run game, and Genty goes off. We shall see. Armando, what's good, man? Tijuana, there you go. Appreciate you, bro. Hammer, have you checked out the Tape Don't Lie guys? They had some player breakdowns on the past. So, salute to those guys. I actually had Tape Don't Lie on my show as a guest, and this was a while ago. I might have to tap back in and we'll revisit and talk about the season as of right now. I do want to try to get Unc. I do want to get Violator back on. And I did talk to somebody a couple days ago. We're going to try to line something up very, very soon. So stay tuned. I'm fine with that. I didn't place a bet on that, but Rob, so help me God, If everything else works itself out, which I pray to God it does, and the Giants somehow upset, you owe me money. I don't care. Not a salute. Raiders need pass coverage. Really? Again, I think our corners are safeties did a pretty solid job. I was very nervous going into the game. I think they did a good job. 1,000%. Thinking maybe Seahawks over Steelers too, but nah. See, this is why I went college ball with money line picks, and I took maybe a handful of NFL games. I took the Packers last night. I'm glad they got that win. I took San Fran, which might be a risk, but then again, it's Kyle Shanahan. I took them to beat the Saints. I took the Ravens. I took the Bills. I took the Cardinals, and I took the Cowboys. So like 6 picks, technically. Ravens defense versus Cleveland or Raiders versus Chargers. I am taking the Ravens defense. If we're talking fantasy, I'm taking Ravens defense right now. It's still early, but take the Ravens defense. New Pick'em King in the motherfucking house. Bro, don't even... I feel bad for a lot of people that just... We put the alert up there. I'm sorry. We put the QR code for you guys to join the ESPN Pick'em League. It's already getting interesting already. Desert Raider is still somehow at the top, but there's like a tie for first place going down the board. And yeah, we really need to dethrone that dude. Lawrence, you sound like a troll, but I'm gonna let you hang in here. But if you get out of pocket, I got some snipers in the room, so be careful. I'm trying to catch up with you guys right now. You didn't, and I actually, this was a couple of years ago, like the early stages of this, I had the opportunity to speak with his son. It was actually pretty dope. Be happy they got out of New England with a dub. They'll improve weekly watch. There you go. I'm catching up to you guys right now, so I'm sorry. Like, it is crazy that you guys are just going off already, and we have 159 in here. If you haven't already, and I see 52 likes, the fuck are we doing? Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell. I think San Fran. But the thing is, they have so many injuries, and Mac Jones is starting. And all I thought when I heard Mac Jones was starting, I'm like, Kyle Shanahan, he'll be fine. But Ayuk is out. I think Kittle is out. It was funny. I saw a crazy ass meme with hospital beds with the 3 of them in hospital beds and then an open spot, an open bed with McCaffrey's name on it. Crazy. Second half adjustments, 1,000%. Ladies and gentlemen, it is here. It's not on your screen yet, but it is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the latest installment of As the Shield Turns. So, should be starting this up in about a minute or so. We will have Chip Kelly. We will have defensive coordinator Patrick Graham at the podium for you guys. So the second they pull up, we will have it up for you guys. San Fran always identifies the next reclamation quarterback. They did it. And that was my thought process, thinking about already having the pick locked in and not knowing about the injury. And I was like, yeah, they'll be fine. There you go. So that could be a very interesting game this coming weekend as I think they're playing in New Orleans. So yeah, Adam Sweeney, what's good? Chuck, what up, bro? How are you? Joey boy, salute, salute, salute. You guys see the new little piece that we have at the bottom. So this is another way for you guys to get some recognition, whether it being super chats, new subscribers, new members. And I didn't pin the membership to the top. Oh, perfect. I caught it right here. You guys really want to support me, support the channel, keep the lights on here. The best way to do it, join the membership. The membership is now pinned at the very top. We've been on for 20 minutes. We're ready for the start of this presser. We're just watching the rotating shield, even though as the shield turns. We're waiting for them to step to the podium, and we'll bring it to you in its entirety. Chip Kelly absolutely did. And again, they're not going to show their hand. They're not going to show everything week 1. So take it as it goes. I know Graf had asked me how I felt about the play action. I loved it. The one that really blew my mind was the rollout. It was a play action. Geno rolls left, threw across his body to the right for the completion. The other pass that really blew my mind was that incredibly tight window with 4 defenders that he completed. I was like, holy shit. Like, how? How? Like, I love it though. I'm here for it. Look, we have a quarterback. We have a proven quarterback. So I'm here for it. Keep chipping the skybox. Keep chipping the skybox. Keep Patrick Graham down on the sideline. I got no problem with that. You see majority of the offensive coordinators in the box anyways. Frank, if we have time, I could. If Nation, would you guys like for me to do that? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. And I don't see why not. We could open up the vault line for a little bit. You guys saw the rundown. You see what we are doing for this live today. I do have to be off of here by at least 4:15. So yeah, I got to be at work at 5:30. If I still got 15 minutes to decide if I want to go in or not. Whatever. I'm not even going to get into that today. I see Serial Eater with the thumbs up. Adam Sudi with the thumbs up. George said yes. We haven't had that in a long time. I'm a man of the people. I got you guys. Give us a let's get through the presser and then we can open it up for you guys. Most definitely. I appreciate everybody that's in here. We are on a bunch of different platforms today. We actually brought back a platform that we haven't used in a very long time, but we are on Twitch. We're on X. Of course, we're on YouTube. Make sure if you guys want to be a part of the conversation, you come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. I do believe with this software that the X comments do show up in the chat. I haven't used Twitch in a long time, so I wouldn't know, and it's probably not getting a lot of viewers because I'm not sitting here twiddling my thumbs playing a video game. So yeah, but I see a lot of thumbs up for the vault line, so we will open up the vault line at the conclusion of this press conference, and I would absolutely love to answer any questions you guys have. You guys can give me your thoughts ahead of this game. I might try to do a matchup preview with a Chargers content creator if I have the time, either tomorrow or Sunday. So stay tuned for that most definitely as well. Just trying to make sure if I'm missing anything, and I'm not. Wow. I'm not even highlighting that. That's just disturbing. This, what are you doing? What is that? Definitely not. Thumbs. I feel like this is going to be dragged out. It said 3:15. It's 3:18. I do have everything else up for this presser, so we should be good to go the second it starts. I mean, I would say let me open up the vault line now, but if I did that, then I just have a strange feeling the shit is going to get thrown off real quick, so I'm not going to even chance that at the moment. Like, I have a sneaky suspicion that it will right away pop up, and then I feel like an asshole when I hang up on somebody, so let's not do that. Let's go. Yeah, A-Test, I'm not highlighting that, dude. That's just, it's wrong. This salute to the 174 in here. If you guys have any questions now, ask them in the chat. Again, we're still waiting for the start of this presser. I got no problems answering your questions via the chat right now. So I'll obviously highlight it and we'll pretty much answer any of your questions for this week. We can even, if you guys have fantasy questions right now, I could probably answer a few of them. Let me just get this generator up. Oh, damn, perfect. Exactly what I needed. Exactly what I needed. And there you guys see it in the chat. It just popped up again for the membership. So yeah, hit that, guys. 67 likes. Run that bitch up, y'all. 166 of y'all are in here. Carlos, what's good, man? It starts with the division. I've said that before, and it starts this coming Monday night. We got to handle our business, our first home game, too. We got to set the tone here. I'm telling you, all those haters are going to start crawling back, and then you're going to hear us in the news more and more. If we have this not for me, but for a lot of people and a lot of people in the media, this will be an upset if we beat the Chargers, so. Yo, Anthony, shut your mouth. As of right now, there hasn't been anything else said. Pete Carroll said he's most likely going to be available to play this coming Monday. So I haven't heard anything otherwise. Oh, I highlighted what I didn't want to highlight, damn it. Nada was good. And we're still waiting. But again, if you guys have any questions, and look, it's Friday. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be on like early Sunday. I don't know if Waste is going to do his show. He might. I don't know. And they will be live actually in about an hour and a half. You got the Graph and Wasted show. They're going to do their matchup preview. So make sure to pull on up for that as well. But if you guys have any fantasy questions as well as we're doing this right now, as we wait for the start of this presser, feel free to ask your start sit-em questions, and I'll get you guys right and ready for Sunday, pretty much. I actually do want to pull up the ESPN list. I'm not going to show it on the screen, but I'm just curious to see where we're at in terms of the Pigskin Pick'em as it stands right now. Let's see. Please tell me I'm logged in, because I'm not trying to go through this bullshit right now. Pigskin Pick'em. Well, I'm 14-3. I'll take that. Let's see the groups. So Desert is at the top. Ricardo is at the top. Alfred Oliva, LA Rob, they're all sitting right now at 15-2. I am tied with a whole bunch of people at 14-3. Let me see where Graph is at 12-5. I don't think Wasted got any picks in yet. Some of the guys are starting to do theirs. Ty still hasn't put his in yet. Sweeney, you're 11-6. In case I missed you. I didn't have that great of a week, yeah. Oh, damn, you guys are already starting. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. And again, we're waiting for this press. The second it pops up, I got you guys. Setabuka or Diggs? Let's see. Egbuka. It's like not even, it's a straight consensus down the board, 99-1. Yeah. Go take him, Egbuka. I'm sorry. Jameson Williams or Aaron Jones or Henderson. Good God. Yeah, had to go with the 3, didn't you? Let's take a look. This has to be a flex. No doubt in my mind. Aaron Jones. And who's the other one? Henderson. Well, we got Trevion Henderson. 85. 85. Aaron Jones got 15. Jameson Williams got a goose egg. How long should I wait to take out Bowers and start Tyler Warren? Start Bowers, bro. You saw what Bowers did last week. Start Bowers. And that was the best thing that we've seen, because we seem to not necessarily make the right adjustments coming out of the halves the last couple of years under Patrick Graham as a D coordinator. But again, and I've said this to you guys before, Pete Carroll is definitely overseeing the defense more than a lot of you know, or more than a lot of you want to believe. That's right. Uncle Pete's 74th birthday and our home opener. We have to get this win. Let me see. I have Bowers on my fan. Yeah. Jones or Henderson? Hold on. I think I just answered that, though. No, I did, because I'm trying to catch up in the chat. I also have Genty and Jacobs as my... Good God. Bro. You live in the dream right now. You better win. There should be no reason you don't win. I think this week it is definitely going to be a challenge, but we'll see. We'll see how much of a change or improvement with our offensive line going into this game. We shall see. I have plenty of time off as well. I think it's going to be just fine. I really do. How many yards will Genty have? I want to see Genty. I'm not going to fucking swing big on this one. I would like to see him at minimum 90 yards. And that's 90 yards rushing. That's a minimum. I have a feeling Genty's going off in this game. Salutes from the Bay Area. Raiders. Salute to you, Augie. Adams at 85. Okay. I haven't seen anything in terms of... I don't know. I can't pull it up on my laptop for whatever reason. I'm going to take a look and see what props, if you guys are interested. I'm going to just take a quick look and see what props there are for this game. One second, guys. Sorry for the dead air and still waiting for this presser to start. This is being dragged out. They were supposed to start 10 minutes ago. And hopefully they get this presser in before I have to turn this off. But, oh, PG.
I'm just curious, as you watch that film and look at him, how many different things stand out on film with him about their ability?
I mean, obviously, the one that stands
Their
out,
audio is terrible
run
again.
game, for me, how he got into the different checks. You know, they have a great system in terms of how they, run the ball, certain looks, whether they're looking for the bubble, looking for the three technique, they do a good job there, making good decisions in the RPO game. Then from there, just like the quick decisions in the drop back passing game. And, he's getting the ball out pretty quick. And if he doesn't have it, he has the ability to move around, whether he goes down the field with it or takes off. And, he looked pretty dynamic. I mean, that one play where he got called back because of whatever the penalty was, but, I mean, that was a good run.
Kelly was making his first career start last week against New England. Just what were your impressions of his performance and how encouraged are you moving forward with him?
Like I told you guys beforehand, I was interested to see how our corners tackled against Josh's run game, at New England, just in terms of how they get the corners involved. Most teams will try to get the corners involved in the run game, but I was impressed with how he stood out there in terms of crack, replace, in terms of the run game, some of the passes out there to the flat. He came up and had some big hits. So that element of toughness from our corner position, that's something I'm looking for each week and looking to build upon that as we go.
All in all, how impressed were you with the tackling? It was the first game. A lot of times you see some sloppiness, maybe some missed tackles, but really didn't have too many of those.
If you take the first preseason game and you juxtapose that, I hope I'm using this term correctly, with the first regular season game, it was night and day.
Facts.
So to me, as a coach, to see that improvement, it's a credit to the players, all the hard work, because for us, we pointed it out from the first game and said, okay, here's how we're going to go about correcting it and how we're going to work it. And the guys really bought into it, and it showed up the first week, and we'll see how it goes this week. But we got to keep working it.
We saw you line up Max all over the field. We saw Tyree line up all over the field. What does it do for you as a defensive coordinator when you have versatile defensive linemen like that?
Anytime you have versatility with the front, especially myself being a front guy, I get a little smile and happy about that. And when they have success with it, then there's more buy-in, because again, they're, they have habits in terms of where they line up and what they like to do. Just like when I played, I like to line up on one side. I didn't want, we used to fight about lining up on that side. But for them to have success in the different spots, that's the key thing to help build it and help give me more versatility as we move forward, or flexibility as we move forward.
I look where Max moved inside. What challenges does he present that are unique to playing inside with his style of play?
To me, most of the time when you're moving a longer body in there, it's their length, and then when you're talking about a defensive end, it's their quickness in terms of what the guards and centers have to normally deal with. So that's the biggest thing, and especially if a guy like Max who uses his hands, I mean, he's able to keep those guys off of him, use his length, quickness. That's the combination of those two are probably the most critical when you move them down in there.
What's been your impressions of Thomas Booker just from his first game and also his ability to adapt to the team so quickly after the trade?
He's a pro's pro. He came in, with a smile on his face, willing to learn, put in the time, and he has an element of toughness to him. In practice, we saw that. The physicality was there. He's very strong, and he stood out pretty quickly. But it's a pleasure to be around, like talking to him during the game. It's been interesting there. He Stanford guy.
Oh God, here we go. Give me a thumbs up
Your linebacker
so I know you guys
kind
get the
of
audio
fits that
clear.
Profile. There's a bunch of old heads, even though they're young men compared to.
I'm an old head.
Same
They're
here.
not old. They're not.
Same here. So we say that relatively speaking. But what advantages is that for you as a coach to have some experience and savvy there?
The ball conversations. Like just to be able to talk football. Not have to draw everything up, reference a play from 2007, 18, 19, 20, whatever, and they know what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun with those guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Eric Stokes.
Season, but I was wondering about the growth of Isaiah Palomar and what you saw of him in the last game.
Well, Zay's been one of my favorites for a long time. When he was a rookie, we got him in there early. He's just growing as a field general. I mean, to use that term. He's a safety, so he's patrolling the middle of the field pretty well, and that's good to see. And the more reps he accumulates, the more the feel in terms of how the splits are telling him a story. Where is this receiver lined up? Everything's telling us a story back there, and the more reps he gets, the better off he'll be.
Eric Stokes played so well as a rookie then with the injury, but he certainly seems to be playing like he did then. Are you noticing being the Eric Stokes of old?
I'm not too concerned about the E Stokes of old. I know there was I remember him coming out of college and his talent. I remember early on in Green Bay. The thing about E for me, he's a pro's pro too. I hate to get into these cliches, but I mean, he works at his craft, pre-practice, post-practice, in the meeting room. He's so attentive to the details of his position, and it's no surprise that he's playing well.
Going back to Isaiah real quick, I mentioned to him yesterday, it seemed like he was comfortable dislodging the ball, putting a hit on. Now it looks like he's going and chasing and hunting the ball. Are you seeing that maturation as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just, we're always, it's open audition for ball hawks. So if you want to get on the field and you want to play more, be a ball hawk. So we try to make that point to the guys, and he's buying into it.
What does Jermaine Pratt bring to the defense that you didn't have last season?
I can't reference last season, but I mean, Jermaine, what he brings to us, he brings intelligence, he brings leadership qualities, ability to communicate, and then he's a big body that moves well. So all that stuff are positive.
Landon Roberts has been the green dot guy. He comes off the field in situations. How does that operation shift when the green dot guy technically isn't on the field?
Yeah, we got our ways, okay? Start telling you, people are gonna be looking for signals and stuff.
Exactly.
I can't get into all that now. All right.
All good, guys?
Good. All right.
All right. So there you guys have it with Patrick Graham. We will have Chip Kelly at the podium momentarily. Let's get the regular screen back up for the time being. Appreciate everybody that's in here so far. Leaky, I want to highlight your chat again. Salute to you. Aloha, my guy. People will tell us to relax about beating the Pats, but yet they had us losing to them. Yeah, they did. And again, that win was the very first win in New England since 2002. Think about that. That speaks volumes within itself. Again, everybody was concerned, first game, we got to go to the East Coast. I gave you the little fun fact stat. Pete Carroll, since 2018, 16-4 East Coast games. Now he's 17-4. Change is here, y'all. And change for the right reasons. I'll take that win no matter what. If we were to have won by a point, if we were to have won by 3 points, still a fucking win in our book. I'm here for it. Let's see. No, we absolutely do. I want to win in SoFi. That is definitely a goal this year. Most definitely. Chip at the podium.
One of the things they learned from you is being a football junkie. That everything with you is a chess match. There are things you'd say, we're going to do this to set up for 3 games down the road. Would you just talk about where that came from in your development in your offensive intellect?
Yeah, I'm a football junkie, but we don't do anything to set up for 3 games down the road. Like, we're trying to do everything we possibly can each
week by week
to win that game against that opponent. So I think some people speculate. Now, what most people do is 3 weeks down the road, hey, we ran this a couple weeks ago. Can we make an adjustment off of it that maybe the defense isn't ready? But we don't plan that out in advance, that we'll run this play this week, and then 3 weeks from now we'll run that play. Like, we're not thinking about who we're playing. And I know we play Washington next, and then it's the
Chicago?
Bears are in there somewhere, and the Colts are in there somewhere. But
Chicago
we're not game
and then the
planning
Colts.
for the Bears or the Colts or those guys after this one. We have a plan to attack Jesse Menor and that really good defense that the Chargers have right now.
Last week you mentioned that Geno Smith gives you confidence, and then you saw him spread the ball around the yard on Sunday.
Yeah.
How much more confidence do you have seeing that production?
Yeah, what Geno did and I think Pete was asked, was that a breakout game? That's what I've seen from Geno. That's what Pete's seen from Geno. That's nothing Geno did on last Sunday was surprising to anybody that's been here with him since we had OTAs, just because his command of what we do offensively is his football acumen is off the charts. You know, the conversations between drives of we should do this and what do you think about this? Those conversations are he's always spot on with those. So what I saw is what I anticipated. I think that is him. He's a 70% completion guy. He very rarely puts the ball in harm's way. He always makes good decisions. So, you know, it's not that I don't know if I could have more confidence, because I've got the utmost confidence in Geno right now. Is we can call whatever we want, and he's going to find a way to execute, and he's going to make the right decision. Sometimes the right decision is to throw the ball away, but he'll make that right decision. He doesn't. Very rarely do I see Geno try to force anything, and he didn't try to force anything last Sunday. So,
when you look at the film, what do you think could have improved on in terms of the run game?
A lot of it was 4-minute offense at the end of the game. You know, when they were stacking the box, and they know you're going to run, and we know we're going to run, and that's just you know, kind of some of the numbers that come out of that is a lot of those carries. I think 4, 5, or 6 of them were against loaded boxes, where in a non-wet day, you may try to throw it in those situations.
Yep.
But the biggest situation for us, especially when we got up 2 scores, you know, that again, a great example of Geno is on that 3rd down when he checked it down to Mike, and Mike ran to put us back into field goal range. And I told Geno when he was coming off the field in the headset that maybe to play the game, because that made it a 2-score game, and that changes their philosophy. So then Josh is throwing every down. So then when we're back out there, we're running every down. But we knew we were running every down. Mike Vrabel knew we were running every down. I think everybody in the stands knew we were running every down. That makes it a little bit more difficult. But we still have to improve upon that. In this league, there's going to be weeks where your passing game carries you. There's also going to be weeks where your running game has to carry you. And a lot of that depends on how the defense is deployed. But we do have to get better on our 4-minute offense. Losing Brock, who was kind of integral in that, you know, and having contingency plans if you're down a tight end of what you're going to do. Is part of that, and we've worked on that this week.
I'll run the ball heavily in the second half, you know, when you kind of took that lead. What were some things that you saw from Ashton Jenney that you really liked, but also some areas of improvement that you
the one thing you love about him, especially his touchdown run, is kind of just typifies Ashton. He is a tough, hard-nosed, physical runner that is very difficult to bring down with the first guy. And I think after playing one game and he's getting a feel for kind of how this league is, it's obviously different than playing in the Mountain West. But I thought, you know, for the first time out, I think one of the thing I really liked about Ashton was just his physicality with the football.
He's also somebody that made some blocks that if he doesn't make those blocks,
and you got to be able to pick up and pass pro, and he did a nice job of that too. You know, for his first time in a game, you know, we do it all the time in practice, but practice is a lot different than it is in the game. And then that whole entire first group did not play a ton of snaps in the preseason, and that was by design. You know, you don't want to lose a guy. If you lost a guy, is that fine line of how many reps do they need to be ready, and then you lost a guy in the preseason. Like, what the heck you played him for? You know, and we always talk about it as a staff, like how many snaps is the right amount, but for it to be live, and he played 54 snaps in his first game. You know, maybe a little high in his first game, to be honest with you. But I thought he did a really nice job overall in the entire game.
10 plays of 20 yards or more, another play of 19 yards. What does it do to the defense when you're connecting on chunk plays like that, and how does it help you as offense?
Yeah, I think, you know, the 2 stats that we talk about all the time are the turnover battle, you know, and then the explosive play battle. If you can win the turnover battle and the explosive play battle, I think it's like 96 or 98% win percentage. So that's a big deal, that not only are you possessing the football and not giving it to the other team, but you're also getting big plays out of it. And I think that's where Geno came in, and I thought, not every one of them was a throw over 20. A lot of them were runs. You know, Brock was an underneath, but then turned it into a Jacoby. I thought did a great job of run after the catch. Jack had a good run after the catch. You know, he caught it, I think, at like 16, but then stuck his foot in the ground and made it a 23-yard gain. So those are the things that really hurt the defense. You know, and the yardage is very difficult to come by in this league, and very rarely are you like in college. A guy may break outside and it's an 80-yard run. There aren't 80-yard runs in this league.
Absolutely,
everybody's so fast and does such a good job of containing things that they're always keeping the ball in front of them. So to be able to get that many chunk plays, I think was a big deal, especially considering the weather. And that was the first time. Obviously we did wet ball drills all week because we were anticipating the weather, but doing wet ball drills and actually playing in the rain is two different things.
Yep.
And that's probably the only thing that we can't simulate here just because of our weather. I don't know if I asked him if we could get misters or something in here, or we haven't gotten that sophisticated yet. But, I was really just happy with how to have that many explosives, to hold onto the ball and catch the ball the way they did in that weather was a really credit to those guys. I know she asked the question. Sorry.
Back to Ashton.
You're just like in another county right now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Back to Ashton. What are some of those big improvements that you would like to see out of him coming into week 2?
Yeah, I think big's an overstatement. I think for all players, you learn from your experiences. And he played in his first NFL game. The preseason, he played a little bit, but that was his first chance of playing. And I think he'll be the first to admit it. Like, all right, now I kind of, you always can have these notions. You dream about it your whole life of playing in the NFL. And now you're actually playing in the NFL. He certainly showed that he belongs. And I think we're really excited about that. But I also don't want him, and I know Dylan, our running back coach, and Pete, or everybody, that he doesn't have to do anything different. There doesn't have to be, all right, now game 2, now try this, and this. Just continue to build upon it. Your tracks when you're running the ball. He did a great job in ball security. I thought he was physical with the ball. I thought he did a good job in pass protection. And those are all things that I think the more experience he gets, he'll get better at all those things.
What's it say about his maturity, though, that he sat right here yesterday and didn't care about how many yards the team won, and he did the things that didn't show up in his stat line?
Yeah, I think that's part of Ashton. I think it's all part of the culture that Pete has here. I think that it starts with Gino, our leader on the offensive side of the ball. Gino could care less if we throw it for X amount of yards or run it for X amount of yards. You don't get any more points for running it over the goal line or throwing it over the goal line. It's still about getting points and having more points than your opponent. And we've talked about it. And it kind of goes back to, the whole philosophy of this organization, just win, baby. There's going to be days where it's an ugly 9-6 win, and there's going to be other days this year we're going to have a shootout. And that's just the way it happens. But it's at the end of the day, are you 1-0 on Sunday night? And that's the most important thing. And we checked that box last week. And then by the time we landed, we're on to the next opponent. And going against a really, really good Chargers team will get your attention right away. And that's really what we're trying to focus on. And what it's going to look like. You have a plan going in, but that plan always changes. And we'll see. Is this going to be a high-scoring game or low-scoring game? I don't know. We just have to be prepared for whichever way it flows.
Talking about your tight end room, Pete said that you guys don't have tight end 1 and tight end 2. You have 2 1s. How nice is it to have that extra one with Michael Mayer there?
Yeah, I've been a huge Mike fan since I got here, and Pete's right. And I think there's not many people that have that luxury to have 2 talented players like that. And I'll throw Ian in there too. Ian played 20 snaps himself, so to have 3 tight ends that can play and have proven that they could play in the NFL is a real big deal, and that depth gets tested. We lost Brock for a little bit there at the end of the third and into the fourth, and I thought Mike did an outstanding job. And catching the ball underneath, his run after the catches, and then his blocking at the point of attack was really, really good.
You talked about explosive plays. What did you see from the Chargers in terms of limiting the Chiefs in that area of the game?
Yeah, they did a really good job, and obviously the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and everybody knows what they're about. But that system that they run defensively, and Jesse does such a good job in it, really prevents. They didn't give up a lot of big plays last year. I think they led the NFL in scoring defense. They very rarely are people getting behind them. They're going to make you earn everything you get. And that's what playing against a Jim Harbaugh type team you're going to do. They're not going to give you the game. They're going to make you earn everything you got, and it's going to be a slugfest. But that's what you get excited about. Those are the games you can really get pumped up for, and the fact that it's at home for our first time in front of our crowd and in that stadium. And we haven't played a game in there. We had a preseason game in there, but to play a game in there, we're excited about that opportunity.
Awesome. Thanks, Chip.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there you guys have it. Chip Kelly, Patrick Graham, presser complete. There we go. How do you guys like the look? I know I haven't asked you guys yet, and we were away for a couple of days. We did a little tinkering here and there. How do you guys like the new look on here? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Guess Smart Suit was YouTube without that. Damn, Adam, why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's horrible. What was I gonna do? This is what I was gonna do. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's get this audio set up for you guys. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we are actually, like, good. I didn't notice. Really? I'm gonna put this on the screen for you guys momentarily. Should pop up in a second. If not, I'll write it out. Oh, there we go. 347-471-0361. Call in, sound off. Right now, it's about you. We're going to do another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to have to break out and start getting ready for work. Great sites evolve. Enjoy your latest evolution. Gaucho, I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. If you say so. Broken typing. What? Guys, the vault line is open. Pretty sure do not disturb is off. So you guys want to call in and sound off. You guys just saw it on the screen. I'll put it up again. I might have to add like a text for that for you guys, because I don't think I have it on here. Nope, I don't. 347-471-0361. Ask your questions, give your predictions. Like I said, I will try to get back on either tomorrow or Sunday. I do want to do a matchup preview with a Charger content creator, so stay tuned for that. Detroit, appreciate you, man. All good. Let's see. Hammer, did you get a chance to see Rams game? Adams at first quarter, 11-20. Sometimes I got hammered. Karma is real for real. I haven't watched because honestly, I don't care. And I'm saying that respectfully to you. Not our monkey, not our circus. I'm not concerned. You knew what was going to happen when he got there. Puka Nacua is their one. So I'm not concerned with what's going on in LA. I'm not at all. Just Raiders, baby. Salute. They have won what? I'm confused. They have what? I guess nobody wants to call in. Like, you had people with the thumbs up. Do it. I got nothing. What are we doing? I got nothing. Pinned at the top. Hit that membership. Best way to support me. And I'm telling you, if things go right on YouTube, oh, yes, they do. If things go right on YouTube on the month-to-month basis, you might see me on a lot more. But that only happens with your guys' support. So memberships, super chats, all that fun stuff. If we were to make a certain mark every single month, I would only have solely one job and be focusing on this and my schooling. So yeah, everything counts. Everything matters. I really appreciate those that have done, that have been members for as long as they have been. This is year 4. A lot of people I've seen where they're at 36 months, they've been a member. Those with the super chats as well. You guys might not see it. It does mean a whole lot. And I do want to start, I want to try to start doing giveaways again. If I can get a hold of some autographed jerseys, I would love to do giveaways as well. I'm trying to be on as much as possible. Again, this past week was a little difficult after Monday, but I have the time. Now we got like another 11 minutes. So again, if you guys want to call in, call in. You guys said, are you going to open up the vault line? It's been a while. It's open for you guys right now. We were talking about the betting lines before, right? I'll put that up. Let me, I'm not going to put it on the screen, but I'm going to give you guys what they have right now. And this is, shit, I got to back in. What do we got? Salute to Ben Bad. That's what I'm talking about.
Committed to excellence.
Appreciate you. Everyone wants to hear everyone else's voice. Addy Alvarez celebrates 3 months. Thank you. We smacking the Chargers Monday night. Raiders! Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Committed to excellence.
No. Elevated. One of them, I have two, for those that don't know. And Tuesday through Friday, I'm working 14 hours, 4 days straight. The overnight one, benefits are good. The part-time one, I'm over it. I don't even care that I'm sitting here publicly saying it. I'm over it right now. There's a lot of shit that's gone on within the last few days, and honestly, if right now I was comfortable, I'd leave in a heartbeat. Not gonna shy away from shit anymore. Fuck it. All right. So the spread is -3 for the Chargers, +3 for our Raiders. The money line is at -174 for the Chargers. We are underdogs again, +146. Over under is 46.5 points. See if there's any decent prop bets. Actually, see what the popular is. Nope. Quick bets, passing props. I thought that they had like one whole little prop list, but I don't see anything at the moment. So it is what it is. I'm trying to make time for you guys. Like, really, sometimes it's incredibly difficult. There's other times where I can't sleep, and it's like if I can't sleep, then I'm like fighting to try, and I'm like, if I go on and I stay up, then I'm screwed, because then ultimately I'll be up for over 24 hours. And it happened a couple of times over the last few weeks where I was up for like 28 hours at one point. I can't do that. Jay, appreciate you. How's Bowers? Not sure. So we just had the presser. You could look back at the live later. Would definitely appreciate it. Bowers is going to play. As of right now, it seems like he's going to play. Is he going to be limited? We don't know. But again, they just asked Chip in terms of not having a 1 and a 2. You have 2 number 1s in Brock and Michael Mayer. Ian Thomas got 20 snaps as well. We have a really nice tight end room right now. No Diddy if necessary. But that depth chart, we're good. If, God forbid, Brock is out, next man up. That's it. Why would you have picked them in the first place? I get that. And that's another thing where I'm just like, again, you think about this. And I'm not trying to make you guys feel bad for me. I promise you guys that. But part-time job Monday through Friday. Full-time job Tuesday through Saturday. Also in school. And now football season's here. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I do this because I love this. I do this because you guys enjoy... You guys enjoy the... You guys love what I bring to the table. You guys know that I could talk football and hang with the best of them. Salute to Fudge on the 199. Just like a Raider. Fuck it. Just win, baby. Appreciate you. Like, it's... Now that the season is here, there really wasn't much to talk about. And there's a lot of things that you guys don't know, and I don't think that I will ever sit here and publicize it as like something that comes off as me wanting sympathy or anything. But there's a lot of things that have transpired in the last year and a half, and it's taken its toll on me. And I've told you guys, I stepped away at one point because of mental health. I do this because this feels like therapy at times. Like I've football and baseball are my 2 loves growing up. I played both sports since I was 3 years old. And with football, I've had so many different opportunities and different avenues. Never thought that I would be a content creator. Never thought that I would have my face in front of a camera as much as I have these 4 years. It took a childhood friend for me to be like, you know your shit. You call into ESPN Radio New York all the time. They engage with you. You ask some valid points. You get into some really heated debates. We need to put this to use. But I never thought I was going to do this. And I don't ever want to give it up either. I hate the fact that I've stepped away on several occasions in the 4 years that I've done this for various reasons, including moving. I probably should be at I should probably be at 20,000 subs right now. Realistically. This past off season wasn't a lot to talk about after the hiring of our coaching staff. We got through the draft, and then you had those weeks off up until training camp. There wasn't much to talk about. I'm here now, man. I'm here now, and I'm going to be here as much as I can. I know somebody in the chat asked before, like, hey, are you doing the game? Bet your ass I'm doing the game on Monday. We had talked about going to DC next week. I don't think that's happening. So you know what that means? 12:45 Eastern, 9:45 Pacific time next Sunday morning for y'all on the West Coast. Me and Graf will be live. Commanders and Raiders in DC. We had the Bears the following week. I'll be here. The primetime games that we have on the schedule, I already made the necessary adjustments that I needed to, at least for one job. The other, they know what I do. Yo, you need a day? You're good. We got you. Come on. I do this for y'all, and I do it because I love doing this. But you guys are the ones that motivate me and push me more to grow and continue to do this. So thank you guys. The time is dedicated away from their family and friends to give individuals content could take a toll on somebody. That's a fact. Appreciate you. Hold on. What did I say? Hold on. 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. Martin, my neighbor from across the pond, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a two-way street, my brother. Your motivation pushes others as well. Thank you. Like, let me not get emotional. I don't want to get emotional. Like I said, it's been a tremendous, like, hardship, I guess is the best way to put it, over the last year and a half. And I'm just trying to push through, man. Yeah, Cider. And that is another thing. Like, I lost my little man. I lost Titan. Like, and I've had instances, you'll have people that look at you sideways, or people that they don't know what it's like to have that type of love with an animal. But that was my kid. I don't have kids of the human variety. Like, I had a fur baby, and Titan was my world, man. And for him to be as strong as he was, to live through everything that he lived through for his 7 years of existence, like, that was a real tough little fucker. 1,000%. Dealing with epilepsy, and then having cancer, and it felt like he was in such good spirits up until the end. And it sucks that I still have moments where I break down if I'm in the house or not. Like, there's times where if the door to my office was open right now, I would hear sounds thinking that it's him. There were times where I was coming in through the garage door that I'd still open the door slowly thinking he's around the corner, or I'm going around the corner in the kitchen thinking, oh, he's just laying right there. It sucks. It fucking sucks. And you got some people that don't get it. You got some people that will sit here and be like, oh, he's a bitch. Da, 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 da. Like, okay. But again, you won't have that same energy when I'm in front of you. Oh my God, man. I'm looking through the chat. And that is the alarm that I have to start getting myself ready to go. Because I don't need to have any issues with these assholes at the other one. Gaucho, I appreciate you. My dog's cats are on the same level. They're also my kids. Talk that shit, Jay. I got my own little memorial with his ashes and pictures, and I have that downstairs as well. And want to get. I do want to get his paw print as a tat. I'm just trying to figure out placement and how I want to get it done, but I do want to get that 1,000%. No, I'm not saying, Adam, I'm not saying you guys in here, but outsiders looking in or whatever, they'll be the ones to judge, but also be throwing stones in a glass house where they're a shitload in a worse situation than I am. So it is what it is. Appreciate you, Mike. Just lost a kid a couple of weeks ago. Tough orange bastard. Yeah, to Garfield. Yo, if any of you guys have Tubi, and this probably sounds like a stupid promotion, but check out the movie Bad Cat. It's like Garfield. No, actually, no, because the toughest cat ever was Heathcliff, hands down. But it's like this movie Bad Cat on Tubi is like Heathcliff on roids. You got to check this movie out. It's fucking hysterical too. I have his chain. His chain is actually in my garage. Every time I go in or out of the garage, I grip it for 3 seconds. So, yeah. Let's see. Great show. Thanks, Hammer. Be safe. That's it. It's crazy that it sounds better with the sound effect than it does when Graf does it live now. Even he has said that. Definitely do that. Cremated her. Got the pull piece of it. Yeah. Yeah. I already got the ashes and everything, and I have the paw print. So yeah. I'm just thinking again, placement wise, because my arms are pretty full. I'm thinking maybe my inner bicep and having his name under it, or maybe around the memoriam that I have for my matriarchs and my great grandmother and my grandmother. I'm thinking like putting it somewhere close there, but the paw print might be smaller if I put it there. So, but yeah. On that note, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to derail or go in a completely different direction with this live, but honest to God, like maybe I needed that. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. There's still 147 in here. I feel like a lot of you guys, a lot of people left as this just happened, but it is what it is. Those on your way out, if you haven't already, there's 106 likes. I really appreciate that. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation for the nation. Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Stay committed to excellence. And of course, as always, on my New York, oh yeah, there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
Peace, love, and positivity. Again, I will try to be on either tomorrow or Sunday. We will definitely try our best to get a Charger content creator on so we could do a full matchup preview. Much love to each and every single one of y'all. We outro.